Let's go. It kills our mites, but it also kills our opponent's stuff. A lot of lockdowns. Like, everything will be super locked down. I mean, that's a play, isn't it? This is extremely good for us. Oh, Man, this is normally a good play. Our opponent did the right thing. He doesn't know that the Shuffler... Man, it's actually hilarious, because the only time he played a buff spell during this whole game, risking some damage, is the first time when we wanted to remove the creature anyway. Like, and I tell you, they do everything they can to make the deck worse, and it's still, like, it's not possible. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we tried to make a best rotation-proof Azorius, and you know what? I think we succeeded. We absolutely crashed it on the ladder, and the deck feels as close to the original current Azorius control with Emperors and Farewells as humanly possible. I wanted to keep it on the same level. So, instead of a Mighty Emperor, you have Archangel Elspeth, that is also a 4-drop, also a Planeswalker, and it also life gains in a way. And for the Farewell, you have Final Showdown. It's not a direct replacement, but this can be absolutely devastating in a way Farewell couldn't. And all creatures lose abilities is great against like Akrasot or something like this, so they cannot come back, and they, you disable all their cool stuff like Indestructible and all this stuff. So yeah, this is extremely powerful card that we might be seeing more, and with Farsight Ritual, Deduce and Intrude on the mind, we are kinda okay with the value. So guys, let's go into games. If you want more rotation-proof builds, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and we'll keep them coming. And you will be prepared for the new rotation that is closer and closer, and we are all excited for it. So, enjoy the games and have fun. Right, we are really good at Magic, so we are going first. We will go with the Anchorage first, because I have absolutely no idea what we are playing against. Man, the respect I gained from a single land to this player is just absolutely insane. So what is the 2 mana play for the Dread Knight? We kinda can afford Dread Knight, especially that we lock it down. Do we need one more land? No. We need to go up to 4. We need better plays. We need interaction. We need small cardo like Deduce. Yep, here we go. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. And this is definitely the play for the turn, right? Otherwise it's a tap land. To be absolutely honest, it makes absolutely zero difference. And this, sorry, I need to think about this. This is a small difference, but it is a difference that will affect the gameplay. If we play this, our next draw will be better. And we don't need this 3rd mana anyway. So if that's a tap land, that's kind of the same for me. I like Mirrex, but this is not the stage of the game. I don't want to, win against this guy. I want to seize control over the game. We could normalize it. I think this is a good deal. Like, this will give him a lot of value over the time. Even though we have a lockdown, this is a little bit better. We can deduce into Farsight Ritual, right? A very weird play. Normally you think that if you have double 4 mana plays, basically, you want 4 mana, but here we actually want to bargain. Okay, this is absolutely fine. This is a powerful card that is super slow to start getting advantage. Let's go with Deduce. We instantly get some small value. Demolition Field is very nice here. This is a good card. So this has to be the Demolition Field right now. Our opponent will attack, check us for stuff, and then we go with the... Like, they don't know what exactly we are doing at the end step, and our end step play. One of the cards will take a card advantage, like Farsight Ritual or Intrude on the mind. And the second one will get something else. Our opponent can get some value. Also, this is a weird situation. We have 1 Demolition Field, so we cannot just remove cottages. We only need to remove it as a tempo play when they pay 5 mana, basically, and we pay, what, 2 mana. Actually 3, because you need to tap this one as well. Alright, here's the Slump. Hostile Investigator, a very good counter spell target. I could Sunfall it. This is not I'll be honest, I didn't want to play it. I just moved in my chair. And I clicked it subconsciously. Alright, we are going with this plan then. Okay. I really want this good bargain. It cost us 1 extra card though. Maybe we just go for the small one? We'll see. I didn't decide yet. So our opponent has good value, but we have insanely good cards against this guy. So even though he has more cards and more value, at some point he will need to invest them. And then we will strike. I need something, like Final Showdown is an incredibly great card right now. But we want something more. Yeah, I think we'll try to hit another Deduce or something. We should be able to hit a card advantage card. Another Hostile Investigator. That is really good for our opponent. We probably need to discard the Lockdown. But do we go for the Final Showdown right now? Or we give him the clue? We will have to Sunfall this. I could sweep everything so he doesn't get the clue. But then he plays Shelly. I can Demolition Field, right? That's an interesting play. Then we don't have counterplay to the cottage, which hurts more than it should. Okay, sorry, this is a huge decision. One card. Like, the clue is really slow. I think we can outvalue this guy. We will try to outvalue this guy. We'll probably draw more lockdowns anyway. And he cannot use it on this turn, which is a huge deal. He can use the map token, pumping something, but that's kinda it. So we will go for the bargain, because I want better selection. This is kinda important. Yep, as expected, we got a lot of tools. Probably 3 steps ahead should be here. Extremely good card. Do I want the Deduce? It kinda fits the curve very nicely. Intrude on the Mind can be more powerful though. But it's not very good in this stage of the game. I think we just go the Deduce and we keep going. Don't forget that we can also draw with 3 steps ahead. Alright. Here's the lockdown. Our opponent is fighting for the tempo right now. 3-6. We can go Sunfall, then they... Oh, we missed the land drop. That's a big deal. We could potentially counter Spell Sharded with Normalize if we drew a land. I can Demolition Field, but I don't have removal for this guy. And I don't have the mana to Sunfall after it, so we kinda cannot prevent Sharded draw. Which would be great, honestly. I could risk drawing into a removal, but if we miss, that's 8 damage. And with the cottage, I don't think we can afford it. Probably. Like, if we miss land here, and I think the chance is pretty huge, this is really bad for us. So if we play this, he will play Sharded and draw a card probably. And then what we do? We have to play a sweeper into it? That feels absolutely awful, man. Absolutely awful. Alright, I'm doing it. I think we can make it work. That's a decent one. This will be a hard one. Missing this land drop was really huge deal. Especially that our opponent doesn't. So let's see it. Map token is fine. We want them tapped, you know, with the mana. This is a good draw. So now one of the Demolition Field goes to Cottage. The second, the second one will be removed by Get Lost. I cannot play around the third one, but he doesn't have one right now, and he won't draw it in the next turn. Unless he uses the clue, he has the chance to draw. They probably play 4, so it's 2 out of 43. So the chance is pretty low. So, you know, that's the kind of calculation you want to go into if you really want to be, you know, really good at Magic. But of course, it's just chances. Really, I love it. Do I care about the food token? Not at all. I care about him not having the mana. Very interesting gameplay. Very interesting. So this is 9 damage. Alright, and now we can use well, we should just go with Demolition Field, right? And now they need to use the mana in the combat phase, so they will probably get the clue. That's my fault. Well, not really. Okay, scrap that. That was not true. Alright, let's go for the plains maybe, because we have island, so let's keep it symmetrical. I could prevent a lot of damage, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. Like, we know that they don't have... you know what? Maybe we can risk it. I think we can risk it, just because we can showdown the cottage, and I think it might work. This prevents a lot of damage. In this regard, I should probably do it before the main phase, because I had complete information about what's up. 4 and 3. So we probably need to play the showdown on this turn. They don't expect it, I think. They didn't go for Sherry, which is interesting, so they'll probably pump all the map tokens into Investigator, and then we will see. Like, if that's the only hit, we can absolutely endure it. Mirrex is a problem. That's not the draw we wanted to see, especially that it costs -1 mana, basically. So not only it accelerates their mana, and they have a lot of cards, but it also provides a pressure on its own. Alright. I think we let it through. Right, our opponent is playing extremely well. With Mirrex, he doesn't need to play into anything. Oh, if he taps, that's a mistake. That I love it. That's perfect. This is actually really good for us. I'm so happy he did this. Otherwise, I would be in, you know, a world of hurt, basically. But he went greedy. He hoped we don't have interaction. And of course we do. Alright, what do we discard? This is an important decision. I think it's No More Lies. Even though it's not useless card, it's probably the weakest out of all of those. And that means... I think we need to start with the lockdown, right? They can either make a Might or draw a card. I think they will go with the Might. If I play this into Archangel, it's nice. It's really nice, but they have removal. They stacked removal from the whole game, so the token will absolutely die. So that means they will go with Mirrex, activate the cottage, kill the creature, and we are dead because that's exactly 5 damage. So we cannot really afford it. We could just go with the Final Showdown and make sure that the board is fully clear. And then we Deduce. I think this is what we have to do. And then we follow up with Elspeth and try to force them into going whiteboard with Sunfall, and we grow from there. We also prevent the Mirrex in a way. The end-step Mirrex, at least for one single turn. So our opponent knows this can be already a lethal. So they're forcing us to... Oh my god. Please do it. Man, if he activates the cottage, this is more than I dreamt of, basically. Like, this would be so good for us. Oh my god, thank you. You are absolutely the champion. Food tokens don't matter. I love it. Man, this is literally everything I dreamed of. They only keep Mirrex, basically, at this point. Right, I think I can showdown into the Deduce, but I'm honestly not sure. Let's kill everything, shall we? Yeah, we won't get this. You know what? In this regard, why not? Why not? Maybe he will do something crazy and the creature will get some weird ability. So let's make sure that it doesn't happen. Oh, this felt great. Final Showdown is a card that nobody really expects. And this is it. Alright, so we're not out of the woods. It's good and it's great, but it's not amazing. I can lock down all of this into Elspeth. And I think this is pretty good. It does, like, we don't need to do it, but it's fine. We prevent a lot of tokens this way. So we remove potentially even 4 cards from their card advantage. So instead of going potentially to 9, now they are kept at 5. And now we are trying to fight for real board. With Sunfall, we can reset whatever they will do. And now we set up the Elspeth. If they remove Elspeth, that's really bad. We don't want it. We really need her, just to counteract the mice. We will also use the Sunfall token, but it's wonky. It's also a one-time thing. And Elspeth creates tokens every single turn. Alright, this will die 100%, but maybe we can recover with Elspeth. Yep, it dies. That's expected. Like it is possible their whole hand is removal at this point. So I think they can keep doing it for a very long time. However, we can also keep doing it for a very long time. And now we have the Anchorage as well on top of this. Alright, they didn't really do much. This will probably also die, you know. And then the Anchorage will probably also die, but we'll keep refilling our hand and we go from there. Then we lockdown or Sunfall. So this will be probably the end step kill, right? Why not? Yep. Here we go. That opens the mana for removal into Might. So I think when we activate it, they will use another removal spell. I think their whole hand is removal. Let's go to... Oh, right. We need to activate the staff first. And let's see the mighty removal that will go through our Anchorage. What? This is way better than I expected already. Alright. Don't forget, the poison stacks very slowly. They don't have poison synergy in the deck, it's just Mirrex. And the life gain will happen at some point with Elspeth. Like, they cannot remove her, she keeps doing stuff until they don't have removal. Glissa, great. Absolutely amazing. We can use Mirrex just to increase... Just to increase the size of the Sunfall token. Not a very good draw. In this situation I want to draw more, because I might Sunfall into the token, so that's already 7 mana. 2 lands from the top. Thank you for this. Alright, do we have something here? I don't think we do. We can only take the lockdown with Elspeth -6, and not really what we want to. Not really the play. This is the Sunfall turn, that's for sure. Just because they can threaten to go with Glissa through whatever we do, because our blockers won't be enough probably. And now we have also the Anchorage, we have the token, and let's make sure that our next draw is not a land, please. Shuffler, please. A Soul, such a weird one. I don't think, like, we don't need to protect our Planeswalkers, we have a backup one. Alright, it's kinda starting to look good for us, but our, like I told you, this Mirrex draw was insanely good for our opponent. If not this card, he would be out of the game by now. Alright, that's it. Our deck generally outvalues their deck. So I want to go with the Anchorage, because the token is a little bit easier to use, and if they want to remove it, we're going with this one. Alright, show me. It just dies. They can resolve something though, so let's see it. Path of Prayer is absolutely fine. That's way weaker than I expected. This is the type of card I expected. This is exactly what I feared. Oh man, this will hurt a little bit. And we drew a land still. Man, we actually drew like 3 lands and Soul Partition so far. And I think with this, like we cannot really answer more, I think. So the only play we can actually make right now is this, and it's not a good play. Now it has flying. Listen, it's a little Phyrexian angel. Look at this cute face, like you can see an angel inside. And yeah, that's kinda it probably. Oh no, I need to discard land, then he will make a bat. We probably will go for the lockdown then. It's not looking great, guys. It's not looking great. I need some good top decks from now, because like I kept very efficiently trading against my opponent, but at some point, if I keep drawing lands, like this kind of cards outvalues us. At least with this draw. Like I have a sweeper land and a duplicate of a planeswalker. But you can see the difference between the Emperor and Elspeth. Like, she's not an Emperor. Emperor would absolutely solve this situation fully. Let's go with the lockdown, just to not give him the bat. I mean, at some point, there is a chance we might keep Akrazot as the land for a moment, but we don't have Demolition Field, so, you know, we are trying, but at least we slowed him down quite a lot. Alright, here's the Preacher. And now they can make the Might as well. So, we have Elspeth, but they will get oh man, I wish this happened before. Man, imagine countering Akrasot and drawing cards. Alright, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. And our opponent will start drawing cards right now, which is not great, ever. Thank you, Elspeth. You can fight together. Yeah, I think we're losing it. And if we drew this earlier, that would be such a big deal. I need him actually to draw a good card. If he doesn't draw anything and play anything, like, we are in some trouble. And I want to keep trading here. Just because this keeps the board lower for my opponent. And I get a little bit of lifelink, so it should be okay. Oh no, like, I need him to play a spell. Please play a spell. Now they can... Thank you. Thank you, man. Like, I really needed it. Let's go for everything. Why not? I'm not sure if you can activate the Mirrex. No. So it's kind of the same as just activating Mirrex, but, you know, it looks cooler. Alright. Not yet. Absolutely not yet. We don't need more lands. That's for sure. If we can draw... Well, I can actually just... Yeah, they will go with Akrasot. And Akrasot can attack on the next turn, which is not great. We need some good draws, man. Really need some good draws. 18 cards. I can mill myself and draw 3 with Jace, and that's probably what we are doing. And I don't need those mites, so let's make the correct mana. Alright, at least, man, Jace is for milling my opponent, but the situation is so rough that we actually need to go like this. Let's go. Then we have 21 cards, and that means we are drawing 3. Okay, those were bad draws. Get Lost answers the problem for a while, you know? It does something. It does something. The counterspell, of course, is not very good here. We could make double tokens, but I don't really think it's worth it. And I probably want to start pressuring with those mites, right? Okay, I maybe shouldn't tap this. That was potentially a mistake. I didn't think I will go aggressive on this turn, but we are, like, there's no reason not to, I guess. So that's a bit of a blunder that might lose us the game. So now I can start milling him and get him to 30. So we will see, man, this is so close. Yep, here's the mite. I'm nearly dead, man. Well. So we need to kill the Akrasot right now. It's tapped always, right? So let's go for this one. That has to happen. They will get the map tokens, so they will get better attack. I'm not sure if that won't kill us, actually, because they can double hit, and this will be 3, and we have 3 life. Do I want to normalize him? They will take the Elspeth, probably. 3 mana... It doesn't really limit him, right? So they use 4 for Mirrex, 2 for map tokens, and they cannot... Well, they will draw 1 card, but they can still afford the 4-drop. Alright, take the card. They are not very good anyway. I think it's Elspeth. Like, they are not limited by mana at this point. Normalize is kinda useless at this point. Alright. Man, I need some good draws. I need my card advantage. Like, I have so much mana, but I have nothing to do with it. Okay, I need good cards. We should have a lot of card advantage still in the deck. Honestly, even a counter spell is a card advantage in a way. Yep, correct decision. Don't forget we can -6 on Elspeth for a lockdown, but that means we don't get the lifelinker, so it's not amazing. Alright, Takenuma, this is the only land that gives value. Are you serious? Well, okay, there was a single card that can be drawn on this turn and give value. I guess the Normalize at least has some use, but they can take Bronco or something. Oh man, this is a really good hit on them. Alright, but I'll take it. We'll try. Don't forget we are getting card advantage with Jace like crazy right now. And that means we will draw into second Jace. But this one won't mill 15 cards, so we need to be careful a little bit anyway. You can also use the minus on the attack, but Preacher gets the ability even if it has 0 attack. It doesn't need to deal combat damage, which is, you know, a bit of a bummer. So they will Takenuma then. Oh, they respect Jace. Very good. Very good. You need to respect. I mean, in this way. No. We need to go like this. Like, we really need to protect Jace. And this -2 is a big deal. It's nice that our opponent sees the, you know, draw 3 cards play. And that's why they went with it. Oh my god. Schaffer, come on. Shuffler, please. Like, we really need something better. Alright, let's go for it. Let's go for it. I need really good cards. Oh my god, I didn't realize I have so many lands still in the deck that I can keep drawing. Man, I literally drew 1 card in like last 6 cards. This is so bad. So I make a lifelinker. I will get hit by a bat. We can, I guess, attack with mites, because no reason not to. They will also get 1 additional attack, but they don't expect Intrude on the mind. And they will play something. It's probably Shelly, right? Because it's basically a direct damage. Either Shelly or Hostile Investigator. I can get rid of this and play another Elspeth. Like, let's play the land. Let's be serious on this one. I will play the one that he has seen. And with the I wish Jace was 3 for convert mana cost. So we get the lockdown. We kill all of this, we get Elspeth back. That kinda helps, right? And then we make a new token on 4 mana, then we go Intrude on the mind, and I think we can still do something else. Listen, let's go. It kills our mites, but it also kills our opponent's stuff. A lot of lockdowns, like everything will be super lockdown. I mean, that's a play, isn't it? Like, if we don't draw value, we'll make value out of nothing. Alright? That's my plan. I nearly missed it. I wanted to activate her, not choose it. I'm so happy I didn't mess it up. Alright, I mean, we have some tools, right? We have a lot of cards, okay, and still Takenuma, right? Go for it. This will be rough, man. But they're milling themselves. That's a big deal. Man, I wish we got Jace with this. Can it be 4 or less convert mana cost? Elspeth, I would love you so much more then. Man, this would actually be insane. You -5 Jace, and then you get it back instantly, and -5 again for basically 0 mana. So yeah, we'll see. What they should take sharded, because we are at 3 and our life linking is limited, especially if they have a removal. It will be hard. Also, we have all of the lockdowns. I think we used our Sunfall, so yeah, yep, that's the correct one. They don't know about 4 cards. They don't know if we have a counter spell, but I don't think they will care. They will just smash it and, you know, see if it happens or not. Yep. I mean, they're doing a lot of cards. I think that we will hit Jace, and this will be the pile of 1 card against 4. I don't want to see Jace here. Alright, that's huge. Right? I think that's kinda good. Okay, I could think longer. Well, I guess I should, because it's like we've been playing this game for a while. We want to win it. So, what they will take? 3 steps ahead means sharded doesn't happen. Showdown, how good is it? Like, right now we don't have great targets, to be honest. We actually want to block. I honestly think it's okay. Maybe we should go Showdown into... No. Let's go like this. I like those cards. 3 steps ahead and Showdown are both great in different ways. And I wonder, like, if our opponent chooses quickly, this means we are not doing great job or they are extremely good at the gameplay. But if they are thinking long, you know that you did a good job of splitting. If you don't know which pile is better, they have even harder situation because they don't know what you have in the hand. Well, if our opponent knew that we drew 3 lands in a row, all right, we are getting more lands. At least we get a top tier. Don't forget, drawing cards is not as good for them as they could hope. They cannot Akrazot back. Also, this is our only way to kill Akrazot. Man, I have 5 lands, useless counterspell, and 1 card that is good. We're really going on the rough side here. We're really going on the rough side, but it's fine. Lydiana is extremely good card. But I can discard everything, man. They will go for the sacrifice, unfortunately. And now they know exactly that we have an instant sweeper, so they will play a little bit differently. But if they go for the sacrifice, we just go Mirrex. Let's see. They seem to be playing extremely well so far, so I don't think they will miss it. I think, and the problem is that if they hit their hand, it hurts more them than it does for us. Like, they know we have a lot of clutter that we absolutely... I can discard for next 5 cards and 5 turns, and I don't even mind it. Alright. At least the mites are useful. And now the decision, how aggressive we want to be. The top tier is really good overall. Like, it helps to mitigate all the mites, so they need to find an answer. I think this is better. Don't forget we have this Jace plan of winning. But it won't be super easy. They also kinda gave up the ultimate potential here. They know we are tapped. They can deal 100% guaranteed 2 damage with Shelly. And they know that we have instant sweeper, so they will never add to this board before combat phase. They will just swing and see what happens. But they're still drawing cards with this every turn. Alright. Our opponent doesn't... Well, they kinda have some options, right? They can even activate the Akrazot, but of course it's bad. I think their plan will be to force a sweeper on those 2 creatures, then go with Akrazot and try to kill us this way. I really need to draw something that is not a land, please. I guess I could kill everything in a way. Akrazot is really slow. And we can keep blocking it, right? In a way. Probably, maybe, who knows. Right, sorry, I need to think on this one. So I can kill only his creatures and nothing more. I can keep the top tier, kill Liliana. And use the token to block the might. It's not the worst. And we can add with Mirrex. I think we have enough mana to support this play. I'm not sure if that's the best play, but it has huge merit here. Like, it really is insanely good deal. Is that insane enough? I'm not sure, because they will get Akrazot, but don't forget, this is tapped. I don't want to highlight it because I'm scared that he might miss it, but of course he won't. He is a very good player so far. Here's your honk for today. And yeah, we'll see. Alright, I have a lingering suspicion that our opponent actually left the game, because I think with this play he realized that we might be too ahead, especially that he knows what the card is. He will only get the might, and we have a really good situation. They also don't know that all of our hand is pure lands because we drew only lands. And I think he left the game because otherwise we would get 1 extra turn, and then on the second rope he would auto-concede. So I think he actually gave up in the end. Man, I'm so happy we won this game, and this little top tier actually won the game because it threatened Liliana, and this gives us a head creature that can always counter Mirrex. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a worthwhile win. Alright, we're going first. We have a removal, we have a lockdown, so I'm feeling hopeful. We also have Intrude on the mind to get some refill. Our opponent pretends to be a Dimir player. Let's see what he really is. Alright, I will go with Anchorage first. They are both tap lands, but I'm not sure what exactly I want to draw. You use Surveil when you know exactly what type of cards you need. Right now we have enough. Okay. I know exactly what I want right now. Alright, so we are going with the lockdown, I think. Yeah, double lockdown is the play. So we will tap, our opponent will know. This is honestly not the best card. It's not a land, it's not a removal, it's very, very slow, and we will already be tapping out like crazy when this comes into play. If we're on the play with untapped lands, then Normalize could be okay. And see, they didn't really do anything, which is really nice for us. Now we can untap. I really want to draw a land on the next turn. So bad, I might even try to 3 steps ahead. They will lightning strike us, right? This is actually really good. They wasted 1 damage for no reason. I love it. And Monolith players just always trying to mess up with their deck as hard as it is possible, but they still win because the deck does it on its own. Alright, so I mean, that's true, you know. So we could just draw extra cards. Listen, I know this is a weird play, but I really think it's the best one. We need 1 soul partition, so I'm not sure what we will exactly discard. Okay, I think I know. We need to keep those 3 cards that are anti-aggro. We need to remove 1 of our card advantage cards. With the Deduce, Farsight Ritual is very nice. The Deduce is easier to use though, right? It's not possible they won't do anything on the next turn as well. So I think we go Deduce. Bro, I appreciate it a lot, but can we chill with the lockdowns, alright? This is not the only type of card I ever need. Like, we need to have something else. This is a very weird game. Normally, he just goes all in on the board, you play lockdown, and you are happy with it. Our opponent seems to be drawing only burn spells, and they just decided that they will burn us. Which is interesting. I'm not sure how to exactly play around it. Our mana is painless at least. I will take this 1 damage. Oh, right. Man, I forgot. Like, in my mind, Emperor doesn't exist, but fortunately for our opponent, she still does. And that means 2 extra cards. And now with Intrude on the mind, we can create a blocker. This is a very nice one. They will keep burning us. Yeah, like, do your thing, bro. Man, they missed so much damage by doing it and like, they think they are smart, they are actually wasting most of their damage, which means that we'll be higher than we should be. When I get to a point of 5 mana, hopefully... Oh, we actually missed a land drop? Are you serious? This is kind of devastating. Like, look at the value we have. All we need is mana to play it. That's the only thing keeping us, you know, in check, basically. And this is the real problem of the game. We didn't draw land in so many cards. That's kinda huge. You know what? We definitely don't need so many lockdowns. The only reason I didn't consider discarding it is giving my opponent, you know, some knowledge about what's going on. With Soul Partition, I really hope he will replay the Swift Spear. That's it. They think we have the Emperor. Of course we don't. So let's make sure that we get the value. Farsight without bargain is absolutely fine. We just need stuff. I'm actually considered double land, man. Final Showdown is so good at this stage of the game, though. We should draw the 6th land somehow, right? Alright, this will be Sunfall then. This is getting a little bit harder than it should be. Alright, Lightning Strike again. I think this is the moment when we start to counterspell a little bit. Our opponent cannot pay the mana, and play with fire is something I would probably let it through, but this is actually a little bit too good. And we need to start being careful about, you know, what we play. And this is where this 1 mana really comes into play. So, my play, let's see if he drew a pump spell. Man, it's actually hilarious, because the only time he played a buff spell during this whole game, risking some damage, is the first time when we wanted to remove the creature anyway. And I tell you, they do everything they can to make the deck worse, and it's still, like, it's not possible. The deck works on its own. So now they will replay exactly into lockdown. And the fun part is they have the information that we probably have the lockdown, because nobody would discard it. Demolition Field is actually the worst card by far, and you can see how easy it is to seize control over this gameplay. This is so fun, man. This was the first time I wanted to soul partition this creature, even if he didn't buff. Like, he completely misidentifies what stage of the game he is in. The whole point of this deck is that... So, let's actually analyze. We want to be a better mono-red player than mono-red players are. So they had 4 removal spells, or 4 burn spells. They wasted 4 damage. They literally wasted 4 damage just by trying to be cautious. And let's see what was my life total. I was at 8. So half of my life right now is his misplace. Well, you need to take a risk as a mono-red because the deck doesn't have options. You just play what you get. Alright, we're going first. I just realized that we're literally playing in the laddering hell in the first days of the new, ladder, where everyone will play mono-red probably. I think it's too slow. We are not in the stage of the game where we can afford it. I'm pretty sure this will be red deck because it's Jace. And, it's the first days of the season, so literally everyone will keep playing only, red stuff, trying to ladder as soon as possible. I mean, for the record, at least now it makes sense, because, you just don't want to waste your time if you really want to be Mythic. So what do we go for? I mean, you know it. You know it. We kinda have to go with this because the next turn will be absolutely brutal, but our opponent is absolutely not out of the game, because we are a bit slow. Elspeth, even though she really tries, she's not Emperor, right? She's a little bit weaker, so that gives our opponent a little bit of opening. Listen, I really like you, Elspeth, but can I stop drawing cards in triplets? But it's pretty good play. We probably want one more sweeper. Thank you, Archangel Elspeth. So we force our opponent to go white, and now we need the way to punish it. By the way, you know that the most hardcore play is to sacrifice lockdown to your own bargain, hoping to draw another sweeper, so you kill anyway, you kill everything anyway. This is extremely good for us. Oh, man, this is normally a good play. Our opponent did the right thing. He doesn't know that the Shuffler gave us a very interesting opening. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe she's not Emperor. She seems just simply better. I just played double Elspeth, and this guy is completely out of the game. So we are just farming red at this point. Alright, so let's talk about the deck, because that's probably something we are extremely interested in. Just because Azorius right now is the most competitive, control deck, and yeah, can it continue doing it? We didn't play too many games, but I'll be honest, I don't have the full stats, but I've checked the games, and it seems that you have seen all of the games, and we just won all of them. So it's a 3-0 right now, in the most hot moment of everyone laddering with probably the most competitive decks they can. And don't forget, even though you are seeing Platinum, right now every Mythic player was demoted to Platinum, so it's basically Mythic, just with a different league. So yeah, it definitely feels like it performs great, because don't forget, our opponents are using cards that are about to rotate, so we are fighting the hard battle of gimping our build against players that don't gimp their builds, and we still succeeded and we won all of the games. So I think it's a very good sign. Definitely you can feel the Memory Deluge difference. The card though is weaker than Memory Deluge, but there's nothing you can do about it. And one of the bright sides is that nobody has Memory Deluge after rotation. That means if you meet another control deck, they kinda need the struggle, as well. So you are not behind. Right now, when we meet control deck with this version, we will be behind because Memory Deluge is just simply better card. It does basically 2 instances of value, and one of them is game winning. Here, every card can be used only once. Deduce is, like you get 2 cards, but in a way it's 4 mana, draw 2 cards, right? You can use the token to accelerate with Farsight Ritual. We didn't go super hard on the bargain because I want it to feel very smooth. Against control decks, you can use Lockdown as the bargain target, so you played it on the empty board, your opponent's like, what the hell you are doing? Like, are you even a player? And then you Farsight Ritual and they are like, wow, this guy is the best. So you can get extra value from this, from card that is usually that, especially when Emperor rotates. The one of the few uses in the control against control for the Lockdown is killing Emperor tokens, so that won't be a factor. Probably Mirrex is the only thing that is left. But with Intrude on the mind, you can create some nice blockers. So even though it's a cardo card, deals like it increases your board and ambushes your opponent. So usually they can solve it. They usually have a removal, a pump spell, something, but now they need to care about it. It slows their turn and you still got the good value, you know. One of the, you know, I think you might want to play triple Jace, because if you get 1 Jace in every pile, and it is possible, you might have a little bit of a rough time, but you know, we have Demolition Field and Mirrex, so we should be able to win like this. However, Elspeth is definitely worse at closing games than Emperor. Emperor is a very dynamic card, right? She creates very powerful tokens. You don't need to, you know, -2 anything, but at the same time, Elspeth is better to stabilize. Maybe better is a strong word, but she has some advantages in stabilizing over the Emperor just because of loyalty. You have seen that after creating tokens, she has 5 loyalty. Emperor after -2 has 1 loyalty. A big difference. For example, they can play Kumano faces Kakazan that also was about to rotate and suddenly kill the Emperor without even investing a card, just a freebie. Here they need to invest quite a lot to kill it, and you can even tank some damage on Elspeth while she still creates more tokens. That opens possibility to not trump block and get the lifelinker to 3-3 with your -2 very often. So those are some cool plays that sometimes win you games. So yeah, overall I like the deck. I think this is the closest, most faithful version to the current control. We replaced all the rotating cards, and what is left seems pretty powerful. Don't forget you can also soul partition your own Jace. We didn't showcase it today, but this is definitely a play you can make. You play Jace, you -4, then it's a 1 loyalty thing. You soul partition, you replay Jace, so you actually have more than 2 Jaces in this deck. You can do a little bit more, and that can be game-winning advantage. So soul partition is extremely good card. It can also bounce the lockdown. So if you need to lock down again, sometimes you just give them the creatures that you exiled with the lockdown, you get it back to your hand at the end step, and you replay the lockdown, and suddenly you just drew another lockdown with soul partition. Very cool interaction, something that is easy to miss. So guys, that's enough of rambling today. I really hope you enjoyed this version. This was something that, you know, I have a point in trying to make as good as possible. We'll see what the new cards will be, but so far, this version was probably the closest, and it seems to be performing well, even on the current ladder, which is kinda insane when you think about it. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. You guys are absolutely awesome, and thank you for supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. And yeah, that's about it. See you tomorrow.